Hello everyone. So today I want to talk to you guys about a simple strategy and composition that you can use for your guild in Winsmeet for GvG, just to land easier wins. So to start off, we're just gonna go to a basic composition that you guys can use. So let's go into the map. So I'm gonna divide the teams here on 15 offense and 15 defense. Ideally, what you want to do is that you want to have 3 healers on each side. You want to spread those healers around the group. So you make a 50-man raid here with 3 healers, and same will apply on the defense team. So that's one thing. And then you want to look to have 2 or 3 tanks. So Moblade and Stormbreaker Spear. And the same thing will apply for defense. You also want to have 2 or 3 tanks. Second thing what you want to have is you want to have 2 or 3 Twin Blade players. The Twin Blade players, you will place the secondary weapon with Moblade for the ultimate. Moblade ult and Twin Blade ult is very strong, and it can win you a lot of fights, especially when you synergize the ultimates properly on the tanks and the Twin Blades. We'll get into that in a bit. And on the defense side, you want to look to slot 1 or 2 Umbrella players just to cage and put pressure on enemy healers as much as possible. And the rest of the slots is mainly going to be nameless DPS. You want to put as many nameless DPS as you possibly can. Nameless DPS does tons of damage, especially on single target or clumps, so don't sleep on it. When it comes to Umbra or Rope Darts or all the other weapons, they're not really that strong in GvG, so if you can replace those players with Twin Blade, Moblade, or just tank in general, or healers, you're probably going to benefit more from it. Umbra and the other weapons is just not that great in GvG. So yeah, let's get into the strat. How would you want to play this? So ideally, what you want to do is you want to place players on the bulwark who are pushing the enemy camps. For example, what we do in Juiced is that we place offense 1, offense 2 and offense 3 to push split the towers. Here we are placing group 2, 3 players and 1 player from group 2. The tank will most likely run all the way to middle. But those players will basically spawn and they will push the forest camp to get the 3 mobs into 2 mobs into tower. And the same thing will apply for the group 3, which is our jungle group, to also clear camps. There's 2 people spawning in middle and the rest of the 3 spawning on top. Those guys do pretty much the same. They push the camps into tower. And then you want to contest all towers. So what happens if they are defending with 5+ on a tower? Depending on where it is, what you want to do is that you want to play to survive at this case. So there's 2 things what you can do. You can either, let's say there's 5+ on top tower, you can either rotate to the middle and come back once the rotation of the enemy is losing you and they go to the mid, or you can utilize the rooftop, which is the preferred option, where you can just go behind the rooftop. When you climb, you hide yourself. Enemies will most likely float away either to defense or offense. When you lose the aggro, you can just go back on the tower and hit it uncontested. So keep that in mind. It's very important to play like this so you can have a higher uptime on the tower without being contested. Same thing will apply for all the towers here. If they are being pressured, you just lose the aggro and you go back. Since you are outnumbered, you want to play for life. If you want to have an easier strat, what you can do is that instead of splitting, you can go for zerging, meaning that you can send 15 people on one tower, but it will take the tower a little bit longer to go down. It does ensure you to win the tower fight easier, so if you want to go for an easier strat, you can basically go for top tower with the 15 people that you have in your team. It's very important that you guys are positioned in the enemy backline while doing damage. You do not want to be positioned here as you can be pushed out. So get the position in their backline and just keep hitting the tower and the players. And it's also good to go for Moblade's bombs here and Twin Blade anti-heal, so use that according to the shot caller. So if you do this, ideally what you want to do is take 2 towers down, and the middle tower has to always be prior to be down once you push out. So middle tower has a chance to, well, it gives you anti-heal if they hit a player. The middle tower has a flame attack when people are hugging the tower. Their number 2 ability is AoE suck, and their number 3 ability is axe throw, which also gives anti-heal. All the tower attacks give anti-heal by 50%. So that's why you want to prioritize taking this down. Depending if you do 5-man splits or a full Zerg, after 2 towers you want to push the goose. And when you are at the goose phase, what you want to do with your raid is that you want to prioritize damage on the goose, meaning that all damage needs to go on the goose. So nameless DPS need to push the goose DPS, and for the Twin Blade Moblades, they can basically disrupt enemy nameless players just to reduce the damage taken from the raid. Other than that, wait for your shot callers, bombing cooldown, bomb callouts, and just follow up on that. So the only times when you really want to PvP at the goose phase is when the shot caller is bombing. So if you guys want to know how bombing works, it means that you need to have 1, 2, and 3 Moblade sucks. So you have 1 suck, 2 suck, and 3 suck. On the 1 suck, you want to have Twin Blade ultimate. Just to the guy will use the Twin Blade ult and left clicks the enemies who are clumped up. And you also want to have Chi from the Nameless Sword, the Chi block matched on the 1, 2, 3. And the second Nameless that you have need to use the Chi block on defense reasons. So meaning that when you're not bombing and you're being pressured and the raid HP is low, they want to use the Chi. The Umbrella from the Healer ult needs to go on the Nameless DPS. And the healing ult from healers is only used situational, depending if the raid needs healing. Ideally, in most scenarios, when rezzing players on offense, you want to prioritize rezzing the healers and the flag carrier. So if you guys manage to push out with the tree, kill the goose, you push out the tree outside, what you want to do is that you want to create a safe zone for the carrier. So let's say that this yellow line is his POV, his point of view. You guys want to position yourself always in a way in front of the tree carrier so you're able to pump damage towards the tree. And when you want to commence bombs, you want to do the bombs around the tree as much as possible and not on the tree carrier himself. So keep that in mind, and this will give you a big advantage to push the tree. And shot caller needs to always be next to the tree carrier. If you get good kills here, you can move your positions a little bit behind the tree. But once there's 1 or 2 guys contesting the tree carrier, you guys need to push back as fast as possible. So when it comes to offense, jungle play, every 5 minutes, camps will respawn. Every 25 minutes, the bosses will respawn, and every 15 minutes, so on the timer of the match, the second boss will respawn. what you guys want to do with the jungle team, so group 3 in this case, you want to, on 5-minute resets, you want to go for the camps, and ideally you just zerk them as fast as you can, or if you have really strong DPS, they can split and clear the camps. At the boss phase, you want to go back as fast as possible before the 25-minute or before the 15-minute, just to hit the boss or kill him. Keep in mind that to get the bonus from the boss, you need to get the last hit on the kill to benefit from it. So that's jungle play, and that's how you push out the tree. Let's talk about defense. So on defense, things get a little bit more complicated, since there's a lot of rotations that you can do to have successful defense. One thing what you can look into is you can basically send the nameless DPS from, let's say, your group 2 at the bottom camps, and group 1, let's say defense 1, they can go to the top camps into clearing the mobs. The rest of the team, what you can do is that you can send one tank to the top and one tank to the bottom, and the rest of you guys just get ready around the mid to do the heavy rotation. So in the end, what you want to do, and this is only viable if you want to play the easy mode of defense, is that you want to zerk the enemy. So let's say like they're doing a 5-5-5 split. What you want to do is that you want to send your biggest team to deal with those guys into zerging them, and then you just take them out. When you want to zerk, and let's say like you have 15 players here, those 15 players need to be positioned at the enemy backline while dealing damage towards this side. Then you go for a rotation, and you go for rotation. At the same time, when the other towers are being hit and you have no one to defend it, you can use the Bulwark buff, the City Protector buff. This is a 20-second defense buff for towers to be immune. You deal with them, you go to the next tower, you deal with them, you go to the next tower, you deal with them. Then you leave your Fanbrella players behind, and you can assist on the towers that are not taken down. And if all the towers are down, what you can do is that you leave your Fanbrella players behind in the middle while you push out to the enemy, and you assist your offense team. You do this for about 20 seconds and then you back off, depending on where the rotations of the enemy will happen. So with the moment you see that they are rotating towards your base, you want to fall back ASAP. So at the goose phase, what you want to do is that if you're not bombing, you want to be spread as much as possible, and you want to look to pressure their nameless and their healers as much as possible. Meaning that your players need to choose a guy who is a nameless sorry, and who is a healer, and they will need to sit on that guy 24/7. The moment you have your ultimates ready, you want to make a bomb, so you do Suck into Twin Blade, into Chi Shield, into Stormbreaker ult, into Mystics. You want to spam Lion Roars, you want to spam Soaring Spins into that clump. The only ones who are not gonna follow up on the bomb is usually the healers. They should always be on the outside, same as the nameless. They're always on the outside doing damage. Let's say there's a scenario your goose is dead, what you want, and they're actually carrying your tree out. On the roadside, you always want to be in front of them, doing damage to their nameless from the outside on downtime, unless you have a bomb. If you have ultimates ready, you want to bomb on the tree carrier, and your tank players should always play in front of their carrier. The moment you see the guy carrying, you need to Soaring Spin him, you need to kill him. You can use Twin Blade ultimate to decline his healing, so keep that in mind. And you can also use the walls and the ultimate staggered from the Fanbrella players. So that's pretty much how defense works. It's pretty simple, and as for the jungle, keep in mind that you always want to prioritize the 3 mobs first, and then the other 2 mobs. And the same thing applies for jungle. So in this case, group 3 for defense. On jungle, you need to go to the boss on the 25, before 25 and before 15. Camps spawn every 5 minutes. So once you do the bosses, you go to the camps. And then you just hit it. And then you regroup. So yeah, that's pretty much a basic strategy that you guys can use. It's simple, easy to craft, and easy to teach your players. Anyway guys, I hope this helps you. If you have questions, feel free to drop a comment and I will get back to you as fast as I can. And good luck for your next Guild vs Guilds. Peace out.